Hi guys, welcome to Coturnix Corner. So in this video, we are going to be doing a comparison of 3 of the more popular incubator brands currently on the market. This is in no way a recommendation video or a review video between the 3 models. It's just basically we're going to be going over the feature set. We're going to be talking a little bit about build quality and some of the more advanced features that are in these incubators. I present this information to you guys to help you make an informed decision on which model you prefer and which will best fit your situation. Like I said, this video is a comparison video only, and I'll be doing a controlled hatch video, a side-by-side hatch video sometime next month, and we'll show you that video also. And you'll notice I've got a bunch of notes here with me, and the main reason for that is I don't want to miss any of the important features to make sure that you guys get all the information. Okay, first thing is we're going to be talking about the incubators and all the models within that line of incubators. The first one is the Brinsea Ova Easy Series 2, and those models include the 100, which is what this is, the 190, and the 380. The hatching time series includes the CT60, which you see here, the CT120, and the CT180. The next one is the GQF Sportsman 1500 series, and that includes the 1502, which you see here, and the 1500 and the 1550. Now, the reason we're doing it on all the series is because most of the models in each series are identical with exception to cabinet size and capacities. So starting with the Brinsea, the capacities on that are 248 quail eggs, 118 pheasant eggs, 96 hens eggs, 60 duck eggs, and 30 goose eggs. The hatching time series is 108 to 156 quail eggs, 84 partridge eggs, 72 pheasant eggs, 60 chicken eggs, 40 turkey eggs, 40 duck eggs, and 24 goose eggs. And same with peacock, 24 peacock eggs. Okay, the GQF Sportsman series, the 1502, the capacities are 1,368 quail eggs, 354 pheasant eggs, 270 chicken eggs, 198 turkey or duck eggs, and 36 to 45 larger eggs such as goose and peafowl. Now, all of these incubators are incubator slash hatchers or setter hatchers, which basically means that they do double duty. You can incubate your eggs in them, and you can also hatch them out inside the incubator also. You don't need a separate hatcher. Or you can do staggered hatches in all 3 of these incubators, which basically means you're setting eggs one week and then say another batch the following week and another third batch the third week and hatching them out in a staggered configuration. Okay, so let's go briefly over what each incubator comes with when you buy it or purchase it. The Brinsea Ova Easy 100 is manufacturer states that it is ready to use out of the box. Currently comes with 2 free universal egg trays with adjustable dividers to accommodate a wide width of ranges simultaneously, 2 hatching baskets and covers, a water tray for humidity with a sponge or a wick, and the instruction booklet. Now, the price on the Brinsea is $1,499.99. The hatching time CT60 incubator, manufacturer says there's minimal assembly required, and that is basically the humidity system. Just requires a little bit of assembly to get it hooked up. Comes with 2 egg turners, a supplemental water tray, the Unisonic humidity system with the supply reservoir, and an instruction booklet, and it lists for $749.99 on their website. Okay, the GQF 1502. This incubator includes the digital command control center, they're calling it. one clear door. So I imagine at one time they didn't have a fully clear door on the front. That now comes standard in the 1502. 3 turning racks and 1 plastic hatching tray without the cover, 1 moisture pan, and 2 wick pads, and the instruction booklet. The price on the GQF 1502 is $899.50. For all 3 of these models, there are additional add-ons that you can purchase, such as egg trays, humidity pumps, hatching trays, and they're available at the prospective manufacturers' websites. Okay, now we're going to jump into the features. Now on the features, I'm going to be doing this basically in 2 steps. I'm going to read off what we've got right now listed as for the features, but then I'm also going to do a quick walk around. Grab another camera, we'll do a walk around of each individual incubator and show you some of the features and whatnot. Okay, we'll start out with the Brinsea again. The OVA Easy 100 Advanced Series 2 Egg Incubator comes factory assembled, ready to use right out of the box. A digital display of temperature and humidity, automatic temperature control in either Fahrenheit or Celsius, and it is fully factory calibrated. High and low temperature alarms, high and low room temperature alarms. They've also added a new cooling feature, advanced control settings via the control center, programmable automatic egg turning, adjustable from 30 to 180 minute intervals. A new single press button to level the shelves for easy tray access. Large capacity, i.e. 96 hen's eggs with a maximum 72 with the supplied universal trays. Suitable for a wide range of egg sizes. Clear double glazed observation door. Sturdy metal frame, energy efficient, insulated cabinet, and the unique, or they're calling it a unique laminar airflow system to eliminate cold spots in the incubator. Okay, let's talk about the GQF 1502 Sportsman. Like I said earlier, the clear door now comes standard on the 1502. The incubator offers an accurate digital thermostat with LCD display of temperature and humidity. An onboard computer monitors systems and environment every second to keep itself updated and to share this data with you. Electronic egg turning control, audio visual indicators, and a standard easy view door highlight a number of the standard features. This is a complete incubator and hatcher in addition to having 3 automatically turned racks, and it has a hatching tray in the bottom of the incubator, but again the hatching tray that comes with it does not include a cover. Okay, the Hatching Time CT60, also fully assembled and calibrated from the factory. A digital control and display of temperature and humidity. Automatic temperature control either in Fahrenheit or Celsius. High and low temperature alarms, high and low room temperature alarms. It also has an active periodic cooling feature. A trademark Umisonic fully automatic humidity control. Some more advanced settings for advanced users via the regulator. A front and rear door, and also has an interior light. Okay, so let me grab the other camera and I'll briefly go over some of the features on each of these units and also show you a little bit about the build quality. Okay, let's start out with the Brinsea. As you can see on the face of the Brinsea, we have the control center right here mounted inside this plastic cover piece. Down here is a vent that you can open and close to allow a little more ventilation in. Here is the water reservoir for the humidity pump. You can see by the build quality, the aluminum sheet metal on top, I don't know if that's aluminum or sheet metal, but seems to be pretty thick gauge. Your hinges, don't know how well they're going to show up on camera. They're like little black bifold hinges. You have one at the top and then one at the bottom. The door has a clear plastic, and that is encased in looks like channel. And again, you can see that this is a good 1 inch thick right here, so it's pretty thick as far as the insulation values go. Inside the cabinet, you can see we've got one of the hatching trays installed, and inside that hatching tray you can see these removable or movable slats where you can adjust the size according to the egg that you are incubating. There are 2 racks, both metal. They're pretty stout. Down here on the bottom is your water tray or your humidity tray, and this white piece here in the front is the wicking sponge to help you increase the humidity. And also on the edge of the door are magnetized strips which holds the cabinet door closed. As far as the settings in the regulator, by pushing the minus and plus button simultaneously, that will allow you to get in. And like right here it says temp, push the OK button if you want to make changes. Temperature is set at 99.5 degrees, so that's okay. We press OK. Then we have relative humidity. You can change that by using the up and down buttons. Right now it's set at 25% external only. And then the turner has a value of 0 and 1, 0 being off and 1 being on. You can change that if you want. Right now the turner is set to 1, so it's on. To move the turners, like right now you can see that the turner is set level. You can go ahead and press the OK and the minus button simultaneously, and that will cause your turners to turn. And then if you hit any button, it'll stop it. Okay, that's the Brinsea. Let's move on to the GQF. Okay, so here is the GQF Sportsman 1502. The Sportsman has 3 latches on the door, one at the top, one in the middle, and one down here at the bottom. And basically you just unlatch these latches to get into the cabinet. And on the other side, we have 4 pretty heavy duty hinges. Now up at the top on this one is where your fans and heating element are, and that's also where your humidity tray sets. And you can see this humidity tray has 2 wicking sponges in it. You can adjust those to the, depending on the humidity that you want. But if you look up in there, you can see that those fans are pretty massive. They look like 6-inch fans. And in front of the fans, I don't know how well you can see it, but there's 5 insulators that has the coiled resistive wire wrapped around it, and it runs across in front of the fans back and forth, and that's providing your heat. You can see here, this is one of the quail rail inserts. Now these egg inserts or these egg rails do not come with the incubators. You've got to purchase them separately. But on the quail, you can double stack them, and you can actually get 4 in. You can see that goes way back in there. You can actually set another double stack up here in the front. And then this one here is for larger eggs, probably large chicken or maybe duck size eggs. The nice thing about having these 3 turner rails is for doing a staggered hatch. You could put set 1 batch of eggs up here at the top, wait a few days, set another batch, a few more days, set another batch, and then your hatching tray is down at the bottom. This is basically just a plastic cardboard tray. It's pretty slick on the bottom, so I would definitely line it with like a drawer liner material or something to give them chicks some footing. But there's foam insulation around the front of the cabinet. Don't know how well you can see that, but that seems to do a pretty good job of sealing the door when it's closed. And with the 3 latches, it pretty much holds that door closed tight. Again, the cabinet has 3 ventilation. They're plug type vents. You can pull these plugs out or install them as needed. And way back here, let's see if I can get back here. This is what I was telling you about. The command center is way on the back of the unit. That's the only thing I really don't care for. But you can see those LEDs with the yellow LED on. That's telling you that the heater is on. And then the green LED is telling you that it's in automatic mode. So everything's automatic on this one. These side panels are plastic. That's inside and out. And I want to show you, we had a little bit of damage in shipping. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, but this right here looks like something hit the side of the box and punched a little hole in the side of the cabinet. It's not going to affect how it operates, but you know, it's mainly cosmetic. And then the back is the same thing. I believe you can either take the top off and service your fans and whatnot, or maybe it's the back. I'm not sure about that. I'd have to read up a little bit more on that. But the framework on this is 1-inch angle, top and bottom. And then the door is framed out. It looks like a 1/2 inch by 1.5 inch channel that your door panes sit in. I would say overall build quality on the GQF is pretty decent. I'm not a big fan of the plastic panels, but you know, it is what it is. The only other thing, this thing is heavy. According to the manual, it weighs 96 pounds, which is, you know, I guess once you've got it set where you want it, that'll be fine, but it's pretty heavy for an incubator that's, you know, going to be moved around a bit. Okay, let's go ahead and jump over to the CT60 and we'll give you an overview of that one. Okay, so here is the Hatching Time CT60 incubator. Now you're probably wondering why on the side here we've got the logo labeling and whatnot on the box, and you don't see it on the front or on this side. That's because the last time I went to wash the incubator, clean it up, I sprayed it down with Windex, and I guess the ammonia in the Windex ate that logo and stuff right off the cabinet. So if you're worried about that, don't spray it down with Windex. But anyhow, here's the side of the cabinet. These are all plastic or aluminum sheet. It's hard to tell on these, but it's got 2 vents on the right hand side. And all 4 corners are that hard ABS plastic, and it's framed out in anodized aluminum, including the door. The hinges on the door are hard ABS plastic. And there's your little 4-inch viewing window. It's kind of difficult to see. Turn the light on, see if that helped any. And then your handle. And here's the latch on the handle. Here is that 1/4 inch rubberized trim I was telling you about that goes all the way around the door. Inside, this is the Coturnix turner motor, and these are your turners, and here is the barrel connector which supplies power to the motor. These can be, you know, disconnected and taken out for easy cleaning. Shown here are the coil rails. These are not included, but you can order them online. The nice thing about the CT60 or all the CT series incubator is they do have an interior light, so you can see what's going on inside. On top of the unit, this is your regulator and control center. As you can see, it's pretty basic and pretty simple. You've got a T and an H, which is temperature and humidity. By pressing and holding that will get you into the unit, and you can change you know, the temperature up or down, and then just hit temperature again, and that'll save it in. Same with the humidity. This lower right hand arrow is the light, which turns the light on and off in the incubator. You can see this bottom measurement is your humidity. Right now it's at 63% it's showing. This plug here is the plug for your Umisonic humidifier, and that is the storage water tank which feeds water down to the the side vaporizer tank. Now, if you look in there, you can see that little hockey puck vaporizer that when it senses, let me open that door and see if I can't get the humidity to lower. When the Humisonic senses that the humidity is getting low, it will turn on that vaporizer. We'll give it a second and see if it comes on. And what it does is it creates a vapor which is drawn in. There it goes. It's drawn in through the side of the cabinet, and I'll show you that when we open the back door. And it's drawn in by vacuum from the fan and dispersed in front of the fan. So it is basically distributed throughout the cabinet. But overall build quality on the CT60, I would say, is excellent. I love that they have a second door on it on the rear. It makes cleaning so much easier. Gives you a lot of access to the fans and the fan housing and the heating element. So that was a good design by Hatching Time or Chamuka. Okay, let me stop the camera and I'll go ahead and spin this around so you can see the back door. Okay, so here is the back door. And that's the logo and writing on the side. That is what it's supposed to look like. This little latch here opens the back door. And again, on that back door, it also has that 1/4 inch trim going all the way around, supplying, you know, a good seal. Let me turn the light on. That is the fan housing and also the heating element. The heating element is down back behind the fan. The air is drawn from the eggs into the into the housing here and across the heating element, and then dispersed out the top and down at the bottom, which causes kind of a vortex inside the incubator. You can see there coming through that horn is your vaporized water from the vaporizer tank, and that is, if I close it, you can see it's being drawn into the fan and then dispersed throughout the unit. So that's a pretty ingenious setup. I like the way they designed that, and it does a really good job of keeping the humidity where you set it. These vents are adjustable. You can turn these whichever way, you know, open or closed or partially open. So again, I would say the build quality on the CT60 is excellent. It's the lightest of these 3 incubators. I believe it said it was 29 pounds versus 35 pounds versus 96 pounds. Okay, now I'm going to go over some of the specs real quick on the incubator. I mean, a lot of people don't care about it, but you know, there's some of you out there that do want to know some of these specifications. Starting with the Brinsea, the dimensions are 24.5 inches by 16.5 inches by 19 inches high. Power consumption is a maximum of 200 watts. A typical average is about 80 watts of draw. And that is 110 volt at 60 hertz or 230 volts at 50 hertz as ordered from the factory. The noise level, which I took some readings to see how loud these incubators were when they were running. The noise level for the Brinsea is 56.7 decibels. And the heat up time, what I did was I started the incubators cold in a 75-degree room and timed it, how long it took for the incubator to come up to operating temperature or come up to 99.5 degrees. The heat up time on the Brinsea was 5 minutes and 52 seconds at 75 degrees room temperature. Okay, the GQF Sportsman 1502. Power consumption is 325 watts at 110 to 120 volts AC, also 50 to 60 hertz. The dimensions for the GQF are 30 1/4 front to back, 30 1/4 inches front to back, 15 3/4 inches wide, and 31 3/4 inches high. The weight on the GQF Sportsman is 96 pounds. And if I didn't read it on the Brinsea, that was the weight was 35 pounds. Noise level on the GQF Sportsman is 60.4 decibels, and the heat up time was 7 minutes and 45 seconds in a 75-degree temperature room. Okay, the hatching time CT60. The dimensions are 24.5 inches long, 14.5 inches wide, and 21.5 inches tall. The weight is 29 pounds, and the noise level is 53.0 decibels. So the hatching time unit was actually the quietest of the three. And the heat up time, this one was actually the slowest heat up time at 12 minutes and 40 seconds in a 75-degree room. The voltage on that is 110 volts at 60 hertz. Average energy consumption is 50 watts, which is the lowest of the three, and the maximum wattage is 145 watts. Okay, talk a little bit about the turning systems in these incubators. That's a pretty important feature that people want to know about the turners. The hatching time CT60 has two fully automatic 12-volt turners with con-turn motors, and they come with barrel connectors for easy removal, and it makes cleaning inside. You know, you can pull your trays out to get in there and clean the incubator and whatnot. And coil rails are available for the turners. The Brinsea and the GQF both have hard-mounted frame racks, which require the appropriately sized egg trays for setting eggs. Both turners can be time adjusted via the controllers and control how often the eggs are turned. Brinsea supplies two fully adjustable egg trays which handle a variety of egg sizes, and GQF sells various sizes of egg trays on their website. And I should point out the hatching time turner does not come with the coil rails installed, but the way they've got the trays, and I will show you here in a second, is that you can stand the eggs up in the tray. What I normally do would be to line the tray with like paper towel or something, and then set my eggs standing up vertically. So you don't really have to have the coil rails, but it'll give you the option of getting more eggs in each turner. Okay, the humidity systems, that's another important one. Everybody's always asking about humidity. The humidity systems on the Brinsea and the GQF are basic water reservoir systems which rely on the surface area of the water to increase or reduce the humidity levels inside the cabinet. Supplied sponges can be added to the water tray to increase the surface area, thus help raise your humidity. Both have optional automatic water supply pumps to keep the interior water reservoir full without having to open the incubator door. Only the Hatching Time CT Series incubator comes standard with a truly automatic humidity system. The incubator uses a trademarked Unisonic humidity system that incorporates a side-mounted vaporizer tank which supplies vaporized water into the cabinet via vacuum from the circulation fan. A top-mounted water supply tank provides water to the side-mounted vaporizer tank. So the Hatching Time incubator is the only one that has a truly automatic humidity system. Okay, real quick, and I'm going to include this also when I do the walkarounds of the individual incubators, but this is build quality. And what I did was I have some digital calipers, and I went through and I took measurements, thickness measurements like of the doors, the cabinet itself, to get an idea of how much insulation is in the walls of the cabinet and in the doors. So the Hatching Time CT60 measured 3/4 of an inch width all the way around as far as doors and cabinet. And so there's 3/4 inch of insulation sandwiched between aluminum sheet metal, an anodized aluminum frame with ABS corner supports on all the corners. Sturdy, they're pretty heavy duty ABS plastic hinges and door handle. It's also the door trim is a rubberized door trim. Now I'm showing you this because I've used the CT60 now for going on 4 years, and the door trim, it feels like 1/4 inch rubber, but it is still soft and pliable, so it's getting a good seal on the door. Top mounted controller regulator, front and back doors, not available on the other two models. A single fan and a resistive heating element mounted in a heavy ABS plastic housing. Control center is top mounted, and 2 side mounted adjustable vents on the side of the cabinet. Okay, the Brinsea was actually the thickest when it comes to thickness of the walls and the door, and that measured 1 inch. So you got 1 inch of insulation sandwiched between a combination of plastic and aluminum sheet metal. The Brinsea has 4 80mm fans for air circulation. The control center is front mounted for easy access. 2 metal turner racks and turner control arms, vent control on the front door, and the door is also 1 inch thick, basically air sandwiched between 2 clear plastic panels. Okay, the GQF measured out at 1/2 inch insulation sandwiched between plastic sheets for the cabinet itself, and 1/2 inch for the door, which is also the clear plastic. Aluminum top and bottom framework, 3 metal turner racks, helps with rigidity, sorry about that. Right side rear mounted digital command center, 3 side mounted plug style vents and 2 rear vents, 4 metal hinges on the far side of the cabinet, and then you have 3 latch style hinges on the other side of the door. An impressive 2 heavy duty circulation fans in the GQF, and that also uses a coiled wire resistive heating element mounted in front of the fans. Okay, we're going to real quick go over some of the functions and the alarms. Temperature and humidity readouts on the 3258 digital command center are fully adjustable or automatic mode. A rotating command readout gives all the pertinent information at a glance. Adjustable turner angles or random via the controller. 1 push turner leveler for easy access to your hatching trays and your eggs. And an audio visual warning from the command center. So you can basically just walk by, and with a series of lights that are on the command center, you can actually see what it's doing, whether it's operating normally, whether there's warnings, whatever. You don't have to actually go up and read the little LCD screen. Okay, on the Brinsea, has a digital display of temperature and humidity, automatic temperature control in either Fahrenheit or Celsius, again, fully factory calibrated, high and low temperature alarms, high and low room temperature alarms. They also have a cooling feature. Now, for those of you who don't know what the cooling feature is for, that is supposed to simulate a hen getting off the eggs and going out to eat or whatever, and allows the eggs to actually cool down a little bit. So it's more to mimic, natural hatching. Programmable automatic egg turning, adjustable from 30 to 180 minute intervals, and the new single press to level the shelves for easy tray access. Okay, the hatching time unit. Full control over temperature and humidity via the controller. Active periodic cooling control, also in Celsius and Fahrenheit. It has alarms for temperature and humidity. Advanced controls for the advanced user, cabinet and room temperature and humidity readings. Okay, cleaning. How easy are these incubators to clean? Hands down, the CT60 wins when it comes to ease of cleaning. And that is because it has a front and rear access door that you can open up. You can take your turners out. You can access all 4 walls, the ceiling, inside of both doors, and inside the heating element and fan enclosure. The GQF and the Brinsea both have the hard-mounted turner racks, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to get your hand in there and start cleaning up. And also their fans and their heating elements are enclosed, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to get in there and clean your fans and that heating element area. I think on the GQF you have to pull the top off to do it. I'm not sure on the Brinsea. I haven't checked that out, but I'm sure you can go online and find out. I'm impressed with the build quality of all three units, but I would say that the Brinsea and Hatching Time units are a little bit more superior. One, they have thicker walled insulation. The build just seems to me to be a little bit better quality in these two units. I believe all three units would work well in anybody's quail setup, whether you are just a hobbyist or leaning more towards a commercial breeder. And again, like I said, I'm going to be doing the hatch comparison video next month. I got some hatching eggs on the way. We're going to set these guys up with some hatching eggs and do a test hatch. It's not going to be, basically the reason I'm doing the test hatch is to show you guys how to operate the incubator, because getting shipped eggs in is always hit or miss when it comes to hatching, and I would hate for you to think that one incubator is better than another because one got a better hatch rate than the other one. So all right guys, I hope this helps you out. If you have any questions, post them in the comment section down below and I'll try to answer them. If not, I'll point you in a direction where you can get the answers. And watch for that next video. It'll be coming out, like I say, sometime next month, and yeah, we'll do a hatch on these things and see how well they do. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do so. It helps me out. You can get notified of any new and upcoming videos. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one.